Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we're working on this old BMW first. I'll show you guys 1 second. It's been in storage for the past like 3 months because I blew it up and Ethan and Dan built the car and then I drove it for a little day later and then I blew it up. So now we're gonna pull it back in and finally work on it.
20-year-old cooling system that you found the end of.
Yep. So yeah, I'm really good at blowing stuff up. So one thing at a time. So I had to fix FD first, but now it's finally time I take accountability and attempt to fix something that I broke. Okay, not that. That's a running car. This one, I don't know if you guys remember. Oh, it's unlocked. Well, that's unfortunate. Someone could have stolen the car. Okay, well, it's been sitting for, how long has my FD been blown up for? I lost track of time, but probably like 3 months. It's been sitting 3 months because I blew it up right after the FD blew up because I was dailing it and then this one blew up. So yeah, it's just tend to blow things up. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's low. Okay, so it's definitely linked all of its coolant out because that is, I'm like 99, I'm not a BMW guy, but I'm 99.99% sure that's a coolant light. Oh my god, the oil light's on too. That doesn't have anything. Straight? I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. Straight? We're in. Finally working on the car after pop the hood? You want me to pop the hood?
Let's see what's under it.
Okay, yeah, okay. It's okay.
M54, no shit.
Damn.
JZ, no shit.
They're hypothesizing that the coolant leak is on the expansion tank, which I guess is on the right side, or I guess the yeah. So this is the air box, completely stock. You know, this car's honestly mint, all OEM stuff, no aftermarket modifications.
That's true.
And
Except for the engine.
except for the engine, allegedly, yeah.
I mean, the engine's OEM.
Engine's OEM.
Not for this car.
But not for this car, but it's still
Factory, but it's OEM.
so good. Yeah. So.
Better.
All right, guys. So it's currently 52 degrees outside. So I got my boy a little heater.
Hey, get me, bro. Hey, my back.
I got you, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
I got you, man.
What were you doing back there?
Yeah, nothing.
It was kind of nice though.
Yeah, I got you, man. No, I'm just kidding. We have an actual heater.
I was cold working like 2 weeks ago. I just found it on Facebook.
Yeah. Ethan actually has an actual heater. That heat gun was just a joke. We're not gonna freeze in here. Hell no. So, all right, guys. I think we fixed the issue. The expansion tank to the radiator was not seated properly, and we think at all it wasn't even seated. So
it was like half seated.
It was half on.
It was C.
It was C.
C.
Just C. So yeah, we pushed it all the way on, and now hopefully it should seal when it's hot, because when coolant gets hot, it expands, the pressure increases, and then it seeps out of little places that are loose.
Are you an engineer or something?
No.
That's a tech tip.
Yeah, tech tip. Just some tech.
When coolant gets hot, it'll leak out.
It'll leak out of places. There's that it's not super. Where it's not sealed. Yeah, that's the engineering 101 for you guys, for everyone out there. Just helping you guys out. All right, this is also, by the way, this is distilled water for anyone that's gonna like cry.
Where'd the stubby go?
That is fully distilled water, so I don't want to hear anyone crying in the comments. All right.
Not a single air light.
Yep.
Yeah. To be fair, we did do a lot of work to fix that. All the lights
And we're driving.
Did we throw bulbs at this thing? I can't remember.
Yeah.
We'll do a burnout.
No, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
Probably not, man.
Yeah, probably not, bro.
I mean, this thing's been babied all its life.
Yeah, I would definitely wouldn't do it.
Yeah, definitely would not do that. Damn, this is kind of sad. This is the last S2000 video I'll ever be making. Man, the last push to start. I am dropping it back off at my parents' house because I have to get the Prius back, because my dad's doing an AP2 conversion on this car. So he's getting the body work, or the bumpers. He got AP2 stuff, like bumpers and stuff. So I'm gonna be returning it now. I'm very grateful that he let me borrow it. and the FD will probably be back in a week or two, and then the new car is coming this Friday or Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be super, super cool. I'm super excited to show you guys the car and make a ton of new content with it. I'm really excited. It's been a really long wait. It's been in the works for like 3 months now. Yeah, like 2 to 3 months. It took a really long time to get here. So, and yeah, I have no gas for the car, so I gotta go fill up right now. I can't return the car that I borrowed with no gas. So 91, because you know, VTEC, high compression. Here. All right, and bam! Now we're in GoPro mode. What the hell? Is that an op? That's a security guard. Oh god. Yeah. So now we're in GoPro mode, POV mode, and yeah, we're gonna go return the car. I filled it up only like 3/4 of the way because you know, you boys kind of broke. But yeah, I think I'm gonna summarize my thoughts on the S2000. A lot of people are asking me, they're like, you know, you own an FD and now you're driving around this S2000, like, you know, I guess what are your, can I whip this? No, I can't. What are your thoughts? Oh my god, the traffic's so bad, I don't want to drive in this, but I have to, because it's my only way home. Yeah, so I guess my overall thoughts would be, well, first off, this is a very stock example. So it has ground control sleeves with the stock struts, so it's still, you know, the drivability in terms of suspension is OEM plus. You know, it's still got a little bit, you know, a stiffer spring, but in terms of like the damping and everything, the dampening and rebound, that's all stock. So very comfortable. Like, I'm on the highway right now. It's not, you know, this road's actually pretty bumpy. You can't really see it, but you know, the suspension's absorbing a lot of it, but it's actually a pretty bumpy and crappy road. This is in San Jose. For those of you who are in the Bay Area, you will know that these roads are horrible, and it's also raining. So, but yeah, I feel like I'm in just like a Honda Accord. I feel like I'm in a normal car right now, but if I want to, you know, downshift, and really, you know, and really get going, I can. Obviously, that wasn't like light speed or anything like that, but you know, it's pretty quick. All the defroster, everything works. Let me actually crank that because I can't see. But yeah, I really like all the functions, how they're kind of like all really driver oriented, right? You see in a lot of cars, there's all the controls are in the middle, but in the S2000, all of the controls are kind of like right in front of you. So you got the start, you got volume buttons. This is actually isn't connected because there's an aftermarket head unit right here. But normally this would be all your volume control buttons for your media player, your radio, what may you call it, and these are all like the climate control stuff for all the vents and things like that. So it's very driver oriented. Second thing is it's really small. So I drive an FD, and the FD is damn small. I barely fit in that thing. This thing I also barely fit in. So by comparison, it's pretty much the same cockpit size. It's not really, if you're like over like 6'1", 6'2", I mean, you could fit because it has a convertible, but like, you know, you're still gonna feel like you're like scrunched in just because it's a small car. Another thing is the AP1s tend to burn oil. So when my dad first had this car, it didn't burn oil, but it threw like a rod or something like that due to like, what I guess this was due to like oil starvation from the previous owner, something like that, where it basically needed a whole rebuild. So he rebuilt it. Well, he got it rebuilt by a professional shop, and they completely stripped it down, did all the own tanking, whatever, OEM rebuild, and they put AP2 piston rings in it with AP2 retainers or something. Because I guess in the AP2, the piston rings seat better, and they don't burn oil in VTEC. I guess that was a common problem with AP1s. And you know, it's not necessarily a horrible thing to burn oil, but when you burn oil and you don't know you're burning a ton of oil and you don't replace the oil, then, you know, you don't have oil and then you blow your motor up. So that's why it's a really big issue. But it's all been fixed in this, and everyone really likes the the 9,000 RPM redline. That's what everyone lives for in these cars, and I love it. I really like the VTEC. I mean, this thing revs out so high. It has super high compression ratios from the factory, and it revs out higher than my FD, and that's you know, that's a rotary, so that's pretty cool. Other than that, I mean, it's kind of just like a Honda. I think they're hyped up a lot, and they're really good cars, and I'd say that they were definitely at the peak of its time back in the early 2000s. I think that in today's world, in 2022, there are better options, such as the ND. The ND2 Miata is a really good car, and that's not biased. I've been in a couple, and yes, Griffin's is really fast, also known as Ford Toge. His car's insanely fast downhill. I mean, it just handles so much better than the S2000, you know, stock versus stock, and then when you put a little modifications in, it's like a bullet. So yeah, I think this is really good for its time. It's quick, you know, it's zippy. It does have a snap oversteer problem, so if you like lift and turns, you could spin pretty easily, so I was pretty cautious about that. It did want to kick out a couple times, but other than that, I mean, it makes you a really good driver, I think. And the gas mileage is pretty good, and I heard I mean, like I said, as long as you fix the, you know, as long as you watch your oil levels and or rebuild the AP1 motor with AP2 piston rings, you'll have a solid ass motor. If you have an AP2, that's a different story. AP2s also cost significantly more money than AP1s. So, I mean, if you have that kind of money, then you're probably not watching this video. You probably just go out and buy one because you have $30,000 to spend. But I guess this is more for people that want like cheaper S2000s, maybe in the teens range. You know, anywhere from, these cars range anywhere from $10 to like $20,000. $20,000 being like the nicest AP1s, and $10,000 being kind of like the ones that need rebuilds or that are burning a lot of oil. So yeah, you know, I think it handles really well, and I can't wait to share it at the track next year with my dad. So I think those are my overall thoughts. Sorry guys, one last thing with the clear microphone. I was using the GoPro, sorry, because I didn't want to crash, but it's the traffic's slowing down now, and I'm going 50 miles an hour on the highway because it's raining. One last thing is that the F20C, so that's the AP1 motors, the ones that rev out to 9,000 RPM. The AP2s were 2.2s, and they revved out to 8,500. I think they had lower compression ratios. They have no torque down low. So if you're a straight line person, you want to go fast in a straight line, you want to zoom around, this is not the car for you. This is a fully momentum car where you have to stay above 7,000 RPM to be even remotely keep up with any other vehicle. I think my Prius has more torque down low, around like 4,000 RPM than this S2000. Not to say that the Prius is obviously anything faster. Obviously, on a mountain run, or in a closed course, the S2000 would blow the Prius out of its mind. Same with a lot of other cars too. I mean, the S2000 raced, you know, they're fast in their class. They're good cars. Honda made some amazing machines. However, it is a 22-year-old car, and at the end of the day, there are better options today. But if you want the novelty of like the only rear-wheel drive Honda, not the only, but you know, technically the NSX, okay, for all the JDM nerds out there, technically, like, yeah, the only like Honda branded one in the US, the S2000 is a really, really good choice if you can afford it. So all right guys, we're in the beeping, boring ass Prius, but at least it runs, so that's all that matters. Now we're gonna park it in the driveway because all the cool cars for some reason are on the street, and I guess I just gotta park all the lame cars in the driveway spot. So yeah, it's a little sad, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully the you know, my actual cars, and not the actual, but you know, the cool, quote-unquote cool cars will come this week. Even though this car is cool, I like it. It starts up every time and it gets great gas mode, so I can't really complain. Alright, yo, what is going on, guys? You made it to the end of the video. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, this is the last S2000 videos you guys saw in the title. I was just borrowing the car, so I just want to clarify. I know the previous driving video for the S2000 is like doing really well. I guess it hit the algorithm, and I'm getting there's quite a few comments saying I can't drive and stuff like that. And I'm not out here claiming to be the best driver ever. So I don't know. I mean, just that was the third or fourth time I was driving the car. Yeah, I got a lot to improve on, but ultimately, it's not my car. I can't really push it super hard on a public road. Those all just may be excuses, but to me, that's, I don't know. Maybe I'm not the best driver, and I like lowered the limits because I want to be safe. But anyways, if anyone's like still pressed over that, that's my explanation. But other than that, yeah. It's my last video, and be on the lookout this Friday or Saturday. I will be posting a video when the new car comes in. Super, super excited for you guys. Also, I got the Haltech right here is the plug and play. So I have the ECU, but unfortunately Jeff has the flu. Everyone's getting sick nowadays, so be careful out there. Make sure you get the vaccines if you can, if you have access to them, And yeah, stay safe out there, and hopefully you'll pick the RX-7 up when he's better, maybe in like a week or something. But yeah, until then, stay safe, guys. Peace.